Hey everyone, Namaste and welcome back to our channel. Today we are having a group discussion. The topics are cryptocurrency, dark web, and cybersecurity, where cryptocurrency is taking the major dominance. So, today for this group discussion, we have a wonderful panel here with us. The panel consisting of Abhishek Pradhan, Sai Kulalam, Srujan JC, Sneha Roy, and Kathleen Chandani. And I'll be the moderator. I am Pooja. And we would like to thank Augustine Sir, who's the head, who's heading us for this group discussion. And welcome to the panel as well as Sir. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you, Pooja.
So, we are directly getting on to the discussion. So, the first thing is what is cryptocurrency? So, Abhishek, you have been searching about cryptocurrency. Could you please brief us about it?
Yeah, sure, Pooja. Well, hello everyone. My name is Abhishek Pradhan, and today I'm going to say about what is cryptocurrency. Before saying about what is cryptocurrency, let's start with a story. Ram and Sham are two friends. Ram has assigned some task to Sham, and in order to do the task, he has promised him to pay rupees 10. After Sham finishes his job, now he demands his 10 rupees. But the problem arises when Ram doesn't have that 10 rupees currency. But rather than that, he has a chocolate which is worth 10 rupees. So what they decide is to settle the matter, Ram gives that 10 rupees chocolate to Sham. Now let's elevate this example. What if Ram and Sham are not together? They're far apart. So in that case, they decide to settle the matter through digital currencies. Or should I say through a digital chocolate? Sounds weird, I know, but it's a story. Digital chocolate, when this concept comes in, okay, you can create a digital chocolate, but there's a problem. When you create any digital stuff, it is like vulnerable to be frauded and all those illegal stuff. So when a digital chocolate is created, there might be chances that it might be copy pasted or there might be multiple prototypes created. That is one more threat. And even those multiple prototypes can be mailed to many different people. So they, rather than going to Sham, it might go to many other different people. So that's a problem. In that case, there's some new concept that has come into picture, a ladder. What if I document the statement that Ram has to pay 10 rupees digital chocolate to Sham? Now, when I document this thing, that documentation is called as ladder. When I ladder it, now there's another problem. Who is going to handle it? Because if there is just an individual person who handles it, there might be high chances of risk and other stuff because he might do some mishaps with it. He might make it multiple times. There might be like Ram has to pay 10 times to Sham the same stuff. So what will happen in this situation? So there's what a new revolution has come into cryptocurrency. What if now the same ledger is maintained throughout the system? All those people who are using this mode of transaction, paying this digital chocolate to different, there might be organization, and they have their own systems. What if this same, this document, this ledger has been given to all those, has been interconnected and spread to all those systems? In this scenario, every system will have the statement that Ram has to pay 10 rupees digital chocolate to Sham. Now, by any chance, if Ram tries to cheat, or like Sham tries to cheat Ram, like saying, yeah, Ram has to pay me twice. So it will not match the data in the other systems, and he'll be caught, and that will be punished. So this is the entire concept of cryptocurrency. Now, analyzing the example with our definition, the digital chocolate is nothing but a mode of cryptocurrency. Well, basically, the word cryptocurrency is divided into two, crypto and currency. Crypto means secret, and currency is the medium of exchange. So, cryptocurrency basically means a secret mode of exchange or the private mode of exchange. Now let's understand how it works. Now, understanding the working of a cryptocurrency, they might now, as I've already stated, this transaction, the statement that Ram has to pay this much to Sham has been shared to everyone. So where's the privacy? There's like this data is being maintained with everyone. Everyone knows that Ram has to pay this to Sham. Like everyone will be, if this is implemented, so everyone will even know that how much money do I have. So where's the privacy? So that is where a new concept comes in, that is cryptography. Everything, every data of your personal information has been cryptographed. It's, and those cryptographs are in such a code that no one is going to understand unless the system allows it. Okay, so that is where the security and your privacy is maintained in cryptocurrency. Then one more concept is there that comes into picture, that what is the need of cryptocurrency? I already have a mode of exchange, that is my money. So why this cryptocurrency has come into picture, and why is it becoming so popular these days? Well, we all know that the value of the currency in every country fluctuates. It's not constant everywhere. It depends on the market, the country, or the government. It decides the rate. Now, suppose because of the demonetization, there was a huge fluctuation in the economy, and the prices of every stuff had grown up. So, in such a situation, the people wants, like, it's our money. So why is someone else having the authority on it? That's the mindset of the people presently. It's our money, so why does the bank needs to have our details? How much money do I have? And why does the government has to play a role in this? It's our money, it's our fruit of hard work. So why is there a third party interrupting my transactions? So that is the entire concept of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is not just a digital form of sending money. It's also secure because it doesn't what you say, it doesn't have any third party in it. And it's always constant. Every cryptocurrency has a constant value. For example, take Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a constant value which is 29 million, which means you cannot create more Bitcoins than 21 million. So it is completely fixed. So that's the entire concept of cryptocurrency and how it works. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Abhishek. So the next topic is on what is Bitcoin. So, Cycle, you have been looking after what is Bitcoin. So, could you please brief us about Bitcoin?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Saikul Alam. So, as Pooja told that what is Bitcoin? So let me start. Bitcoin is a digital currency in which transactions are verified and records maintained by a decentralized system using cryptography rather than by a centralized authority. So Bitcoin can be sent from user to user on the peer-to-peer Bitcoin network without the need for intermediaries. Transactions are verified by network nodes through cryptography and recorded in a public distributed ledger called a blockchain. The cryptography, the cryptocurrency was invented in 2008 by an unknown person or group of people using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. The currency began use in 2009. Bitcoin are created as a reward for a process known as mining. They can exchange for other currencies, products, and services. Bitcoin has been Bitcoin has been criticized for its use in illegal transactions, the large amount of electricity, and the carbon footprint used by mining, volatility, and thefts from exchanges. Some investors and economists have characterized it as a speculative bubble at various times. Others have used it as an investment, although several regulatory agencies have issued investors alerts about Bitcoin. In September 2021, Salvador officially accepted Bitcoin as legal tender, becoming the first and only nation in the world to do so. That's what Bitcoin is.
Okay, so what would you like to say about Bitcoin mining?
Okay, for just a minute. Okay, Bitcoin mining is a record keeping service. Am I audible, Pooja? Okay.
Yes, you are.
Bitcoin mining is a record keeping service done through the use of computer processing power. Miners keep the blockchain consistent, complete, and unalterable by repeatedly grouping newly broadcast transactions into a block, which is then broadcast to the network and verified by recipient nodes. Each blockchain's a SHA-256 cryptographic hash of the previous block. thus linking it to the previous block and giving the blockchain its name. To be accepted by the rest of the network, a new block must contain a proof of work. The proof of work requires miners to find a number called a nonce, that is, number used once, such that when the block contents is hashed along with the nonce, the results is numerically smaller than the network's difficulty target. This proof is easy for any node in the network to verify, but extremely time consuming to generate. As for a secure cryptographic hash, miners must try many different nonce values. Usually, the sequence or tested values in the ascending natural numbers, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, before a results happens to be less than the difficulty target, because the difficulty target is extremely small compared to a typical hash. Block hashes have many leading zeros, like 20 to 25 zeros before it. By adjusting this difficulty target, the amount of work needed to generate a blockchain can be changed. Every 2016 blocks, approximately 14 days, given roughly 10 minutes per block, nodes deterministically adjust the difficulty target based on the recent rate of block generation, with the aim of keeping the average time between new blocks at 10 minutes. In this way, the system automatically adapts to the total number of mining power on the network. As of September 2021, it takes an average 79,000 billion attempts to generate a block hash smaller than the difficulty target. Computations of this magnitude are extremely expensive and utilize specialized hardware. The proof of work system, alongside the chaining of blocks, makes modifications of the blockchain extremely hard, as an attacker must modify all subsequent blocks in order for the modifications of one block to be accepted. As new blocks are mined all the time, the difficulty of modifying a block increases as time passes, and the number of subsequent blocks, also called confirmations of the given block, increases. Computation's power is often bundled together by a mining pool to reduce variance in miner income. Individual mining rigs often have to wait for long periods to confirm a block of transactions and receive payment. In a pool, participating miners get paid every time participating server solves a block. This payment depends on the amount of work an individual miner contribute to help find a block. That's it.
Okay, so what about Bitcoin transfer?
So, okay, just a minute. Bitcoin transfer means transactions are defined using a fourth scriptic language. Transactions consist of one or more inputs and one or more outputs. When a user sends bitcoins, the user designs each address and the amount of bitcoin being sent to that address in an output. To prevent double spending, each input must refer to the previous unspent output in the blockchain. The use of multiple inputs corresponds to the use of multiple coins in a cash transactions. Since transactions can have multiple outputs, users can send bitcoins to multiple recipients in one transaction, as in cash transaction. The sum of inputs, say coins used to pay, can exceed the intended sum of payments. In such a case, an additional output is used, returning the change back to the payer. Any input satoshis not accounted for the transaction outputs become the transaction fee. Though transaction fees are optional, miners can choose which transactions to process and prioritize those that pay higher fees. Miners can choose transactions based on the fee paid relative to their storage size, not the absolute amount of money paid as a fee. These fees are generally measured the satoshis per byte. The size of transactions is dependent on the number of inputs uh, used to create the transactions and the number of outputs. So that is how they transfer from one user to the another user.
Yeah, thank you, Cycle. So the next topic is on Bitcoin market. For this, we have Abhishek to brief us about it.
Okay, yeah. So speaking about Bitcoin market, till now, by now we all know that Bitcoin is or the cryptocurrency is a decentralized format. So if it is decentralized and the amount of the cryptocurrency is fixed, so why is there a fluctuation? We all have come across the saying that the price of Bitcoin has risen or has come down or has fallen. All the statements we have come across. So why is this happening? Because 21 million amount of Bitcoin has been finalized. If the amount is finalized, so why is this fluctuation taking place? The simple concept behind this is demand. When something is limited and the demand is rising, eventually the price will also rise. The cryptocurrency was implemented or like got recognition in 2009, and the Bitcoin was introduced in 2010. To give you a shocking news, in 2010 the price of Bitcoin was just 20 rupees, and from between 2010 to 2021 it has changed drastically. In between 2010 and 2021, the price went around 40 to 45 lakhs. Yeah, from 20 rupees to 40 to 45 lakhs. And presently, it's somewhere around 30 lakhs. So if I do the calculation, if you have invested 100 rupees, just 100 rupees in 2010, and presently you will be having 1.5 crores. I repeat, 1.5 crores. Sound like salt in the wound, isn't it? So what is this happening all about? Why is this happening? Why is there a fluctuation? See, there's already a demand whenever, and why are people getting so attracted towards it? See, it's because there are many countries who have given permission of Bitcoin as a mode of exchange. Means Bitcoin can also be used as a currency. For example, like there are some countries where you can just buy drink a cup of coffee, and if you don't have any currency, you can pay in bitcoins. There are even other companies, for example, Microsoft precisely. Microsoft was the early company which has adapted itself to the Bitcoin, and there are many other famous companies as well, like the PayPal or the Starbucks. All those accept transactions in Bitcoin. It is because of these companies that, yeah, the companies, they are huge companies who are like adapting themselves to the Bitcoin. So the demand of these Bitcoin is increasing, so people are constantly on a surge of buying this Bitcoin. So it is because of that the prices of Bitcoin keeps on increasing, and drastically in the future there's a huge prediction that it will still increase to a huge extent. One example I like to share is, uh, in a certain year, Elon Musk has stated that Tesla will be what accommodating with the Bitcoin, means it will be accepting payment in the Bitcoin. And because of that statement, the price of the Bitcoin just rised up and rocketed up to $60,000. But after to a later period, here Elon Musk rejected it, stating that no, we won't accept the Bitcoin. And because of that, there was a drastic fall from $60,000 to $30,000. So it is because of these market stuffs and the ideas of the businessmen and the recognized people that the price of the Bitcoin keeps on fluctuating. Speaking of the legality in India, well, to just smooth it further, till 2020, it was completely illegal to do anything with the cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency wasn't even allowed till 2020, as per the RBI guidelines. But on March 2020, the Supreme Court had decided to modify that rule and make the cryptocurrency legal. And legal in the sense, it's not it completely swiped out the currency format. It means you can invest, buy, or you can deposit your money in the cryptocurrency form, which means I can buy bitcoins, I can invest in bitcoins, and I can deposit my bitcoins in the account for the further stage to grow, but I cannot use it as a mode of currency. There are even some small companies in India, for example, some of the cafeterias in Maharashtra accept the Bitcoin currency as a format of exchange, but still now it hasn't been legally approved for it to be used as a mode of currency. So that's the story of Bitcoin market. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Abhishek. So the next is what is dark web? So this will be taken up by Sneha.
Good evening, everyone. So, today I'll be briefing about dark web and the dark sides of hacking. So, much like the surface web that we all use every day, like YouTube, Facebook, etc., all the surface web that we use every day. But what is dark web? So, dark web is I would say it is the underbelly of the internet. and it consists of websites or forums or services that we can use, but it is hidden under a layer of protection. So there are various hidden activities taking place in dark web and that are blocked from the rest of the world. And it is much deep and much deeper than we imagine. So people who enter dark web are anonymous. You are not aware of their identity. The identity is completely unknown. So the pairing of dark web services with cryptocurrencies has led to a boom in criminal activities in the present generation. So the truth about the dark web is that in addition to the of offering extreme privacy and protection from authoritarian government, it facilitates a growing underground marketplace that the sophisticated criminals use to traffic drugs or stolen identities, child pornography, and illicit products like drugs are sold to the people through dark web. So Crystal Blockchain has released a report that shows that the value of bitcoins transferred across the dark web has increased by 65%. So Bitcoin emerged as a currency of choice for drug dealers conducting transactions across dark web site called as Silk Road. I hope everyone are aware of this site that is called Silk Road. This site was seized by the FBI and it was taken down in October 2013. Now, the next question what pops up in your mind is that whether regular people should be afraid of dark web, right? So, because even if you don't use dark web or you don't know what it is, or even if it exists, it can still affect you and it can ruin your life. It is not very easy to access dark web because you need other web browsers. You cannot use Google to access dark web. I think you can use Tor to access dark web. So we need several other web browsers to access it. So when you want to buy something from dark web, virtual currency like Bitcoin is the king there. You can find fake US driver's license, passports, you can find illegal weapons like guns. They also sell human organs through that and they can hire hitmen through dark web. So it's all here in dark web. So dark web is a heaven for all illegal activities, online activities. So you can access, each one of you can access this dark web within few minutes. Now the question is, should you do it? My answer is no. So that's all about dark web.
Yeah. Sneha, also, since you spoke about dark web, could you also talk about online hacking?
Yeah. So hacking, what is hacking? It is like you get the information from the other computer without the permission from the other person. So it is an attempt to exploit a computer system or a private network inside a computer. So it is an unauthorized access to a control over computer network security systems for some illicit purpose. So 2020 brought in with several trials of and trumps. COVID-19 has forced companies to create remote workforces and operate off cloud-based platforms. So the 5G technology is coming in. The rollout of 5G technology will make connected devices even more connected. So all of this to say the cybersecurity industry has never been more important. So here are some industry trends and predictions that I can tell you or watch in 2020 and which can go beyond this. So remote workers will continue to be a target for cyber criminals. As a side effect of remote workforces, cloud breaches will increase. The cybersecurity skills gap will still remain as an issue in the workforce. As a result of 5G connectivity, the bandwidth is going to increase, so the IoT devices will be more exposed to cyber attacks. So I'll tell you a historic data breach which happened. So, for example, Uber tried to pay off hackers to delete the stolen data of 57 million users, and they kept this breach silent. So, it is estimated that there will be over 6 billion users by 2022. That means these 6 billion users are exposed to cyber attacks. So, keeping this in mind, no one is immune from cyber attacks, and as IT grows, you will need to take extra precautions to avoid cyber attacks. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sneha. Topic we have is about cybersecurity, which will be briefed by Catherine.
Yeah. So, hey guys, as the panel before have spoken about Bitcoin, hacking, and cryptocurrency, let's talk about security and safety. Now, shall we? Now, what is cybersecurity? Also called as computer security or information security, is nothing but protection of computer system and networks from information disclosure, theft, or damage to the hardware or software. Now, cybersecurity is always misunderstood with information security. What are these two different? They are almost similar, but they have two different working. Cybersecurity focuses on protecting your computer from unauthorized access or being damaged or being misused, whereas information security is on the broader category that looks on to protection of information, whether it's in a hardware or digital form. Now, why we need cybersecurity? Let me just sum it up in 3 points. That is, cost of cybersecurity breaches are rising day by day. The cybersecurity is critical on a broader level issue. Third, the cyber attacks are increasingly getting sophisticated. As the cyberspace around us keeps growing, these attacks, these crimes also keep getting sophisticated. Cybercrime is a big issue. It's a big business. In 2018, the economy was estimated to be a worth of $1.5 trillion, dollars, according to a study. The term cybercrime refers to criminal activity that involves ICT, that is, information communication technology. Now, what do these criminals gain from all of this? What do these cyber criminals gain? It's basically nothing but financially. They're getting financial gain, extracting sensitive data or cause disruption, obtaining personal data or committing ID theft, obtaining banking credentials to steal money, or installing ransomware in few of the organizations. Now, let me just talk about 5 cybersecurity techniques that the organizations or the huge companies use. Those are critical infrastructure cybersecurity, network security, cloud security, Internet of Things, and application security. Now, I'll just briefly explain what three of them means, as we don't have much time. Now, network security is a technique that enables organizations to secure their system or computer networks from intruders or hackers or just installing any ransomware. Experts suggest that if you want to upgrade your security, especially network security, you need to have extra logins, antivirus programs, new passwords, firewalls, incognito mode, and encryption. Now, most of the organizations are now inclined towards utilizing artificial intelligence, which leads me to my next point, that is cloud security, to improve their business, enhancing customer experiences or efficient operation. Cloud present their customers with a cloud computing platform where the user can store, monitor their data, and implement security tools. Application security is adopting the hardware and software methods at the development phase of their project or the operation or the project that they're working on. With the help of this application security network, the companies or the organizations can detect the sensitive set of data that will be sorry that will be sensitive and can be hacked and secure with a specific application for their database. Some of the methods for protecting this application security is antivirus program, firewalls, encryption programs. Now, let's talk about cyber laws. What is cyber laws? Obviously, we need rules, regulations, and for all of the crimes, the attacks that happen, we need rules and regulations. Cyber law is also called as IT law. It is the law regarding information technology, including computer and the internet. Now, let me just talk about cyber laws of India. In a simple way, we can say that cyber crime is an unlawful act wherein the computer is either the tool or a target for both. The cybercrime can involve criminal activities that are traditional in nature, such as fraud, mischief, defamation, and so on, which are all subjected to the IPC, Indian Penal Code. Now, there are two ways in which these cyber crimes can take place. That is, the computer as a target or the computer as a weapon. The computer as a target is using one computer to attack another system, which we all know is hacking, as an example, virus or DOS attack, etc. Computer as a weapon is using the computer to commit real life crime, such as cyber terrorism, frauds, pornography, etc. Today, there are many disturbing things happening in the cyberspace around us. Due to the anonymous nature of the internet, people are so engaged into variety of criminal activities, and they have been grossly misusing the freedom of internet, for which the criminal activities in cyberspace keep increasing, and hence we need cyber laws in India and other countries have implemented as well. Cyber law is important as it touches almost all the aspects of the transaction and activities concerning the internet and the cyberspace and the World Wide Web. Now, is hacking a cybercrime? Which leads us to the next question, which many people will be pondering on. Hacking is amongst the gravest cybercrimes known, but it's not completely uh, known as a crime because we have ethical hackers, we have red hat hackers, we have hacktivists. These, they don't come under the crime, under cyber crime. So it's a dreadful feeling to know that when we talk about hacking, it's a dreadful feeling to know that a stranger has broken into your system without your consent or your unauthorized knowledge and has tampered with your sensitive documents or your information. And with this, we can say that no system till now yet is hacking proof. Now, let's talk about some cyber laws in other countries or international laws. Now, I have summarized to four countries which I will be explaining and which will give you a brief idea on what the international law basically is. Let's talk about first USA. The information technology is now connected with the developed countries because the new technologies, new techniques in the information technology are used in growth, especially in the USA. The courts in United States of America have already begun taking various cases regarding the cyberspace. But for the victims, the various cybercrimes, there is no healing remedy yet. They can either file a case as a civil damage or wait for the victim to be caught. Next, I'm going to talk about United Arab Emirates. Among all the countries in the world, UAE has the most strong and thorough solid law against digital lawbreakers. UAE faces a small 5% only of the world's digital dangers, from a punishment of most extreme 2-year detainment and 250 lakhs as fine. We can obviously say that UAE has the most rigid law set up against digital danger. Saudi Arabia, whereas, has low contrasted with the other countries in the world because they haven't implemented too many cyber laws in their in their system yet. These wrongdoings have gradually been on the rise for the past few years. The punishment sometimes shifts from detainment of 1 year or 2 years, but it's never constant. Now, fourth country what I'm going to talk about is China, as we all know, has started this trend in digital laws. While its laws may seem authorized to the outer powers or the countries outside China, they are basically in the Chinese government. The acknowledgement and punishing of digital wrongdoing started in 1997 under their state council. After 2010, the law, after 2010, the law additionally states another that inside Chinese dominion, the web is under the power of China only, which basically means that unauthorized or unlimited authority of the web inside are under their domain and no one outside the country can access it. All things considered, a significant number of world's most mainstream sites are restricted in China. For example, Google. It's very absurd, but Google is restricted and that not so much used in this country. The most recent law in China for cybersecurity law became effective this June, and the law requires every single remote organization to store their basic information of utilization under the nation itself. So they're not exposing their sensitive documents, their organization, how it works to the countries outside. They just want to keep it inside their own country under their own cyberspace. Now, what are the advantages of cyber laws? Under, I'll just briefly tell you all 4 points that comes under the IT Act 2000, that is Information Technology Act 2000. Now, first one is companies shall be able to carry out electronic commerce using the legal infrastructure provided by the act. That is basically anything you can do on the digital will be secured. Digital signatures have been given legal validation and sanction in the act. The act throws open the the act opens the doors for the entry of corporate companies in businesses being certifying authorities or using digital signature candidates, which is basically the same as the previous point that I mentioned. Fourth and last point is under the IT Act 2000, it shall now be possible for corporates or organizations to have a remedy in case of any breaks, if any breaks into their computer system happens, of any damages happen to their sensitive documents. Overall, in conclusion, as we grow, the cyberspace also keeps growing, and as the cyberspace keeps growing, the crimes and the attacks also get sophisticated increasingly and develops. And it's really important that we need laws, rules, and regulations against these crimes.
Thank you, Catherine, for briefing us about it. With this, we are reaching to the conclusion of our group discussion. A big thanks to this wonderful panel, without whom this discussion would have been just impossible. Also, a big thanks to Augustine Sir for heading us and giving us such a platform to showcase our talents and to increase and expand our knowledge. On this note, a big thanks to our viewers as well for watching this. And with this, I would like to tell you all to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.